Finally, it's here. Finally, we are here. It is the Master Podcast. Yes, and it has been long coming. I know it has been long coming. And because of procrastination, Mr. Mwati, we've been thinking, when are we going to do this? This is the first episode of the Master Podcast, and we are super excited to be having you as our first, second, third, I don't know, whatever viewer of the Master Podcast. Mr. Mwati,
yes.
How are you doing?
How are you coming, Pastor?
It's good to be with the Master himself. I know. Some would call you Rabbi, some would call you teacher, some would call you. I would call you Master because you've mastered this thing, and I've mastered my field of comedy, but you've mastered the field of business. And today, we're not doing comedy. I might add a bit of jokes, though. Business needs jokes. But we're talking about business. This is the podcast where you want to learn business, where you want to study business. This is the podcast to watch. This is not your gossip. This is not your usual gossip podcast where we talk about who is dating who is what. No, we're not doing that. Mr. Mwat.
Yes, Komek.
How are you doing?
Thank you, Komek. I think I want to thank you very much because I'm a procrastinator myself.
Everyone. This is what stops people from progressing. This is what stops people from becoming who they're supposed to be, because they say, "I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it Thursday."
From becoming.
Yes.
So we are stopping ourselves from starting, and if you don't start, you won't finish.
That's
So
the idea.
It's been long, really, and thank you for calling me that a master. I think everyone is a master in their own field. I've seen you doing your thing there.
We have our guy behind the scene, the cheeky monkey guy. He's a master when it comes to filming. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
They do logos. They do mastering.
Yeah.
But now we want to talk about business. And for years we've been talking about business, it being from the Bible. And when you say it and when you explain it to me, people say, okay, whatever he was teaching you, how do we put it into life? How do we make that a real thing? Mr. Mwat, where do we start in the Bible? Where do we find business in the Bible?
I think everything has a beginning.
Yes.
Like now, this Master Podcast has got a beginning.
Yes.
So what we have to be looking at is how did God begin his beginning in the beginning?
How did God begin? Because Genesis 1 says, in the beginning,
God
created.
What did he do?
Oh, in the beginning, God created. Okay, so we have a word there.
That's it. So in the beginning,
there's always that question, where was God before the beginning? Most people ask that.
That one is a difficult one.
Yes.
I think God is just existence. So in most cases, it's just existence.
You've always told me that God is movement, because the Bible also goes on to say, because the Spirit moved upon the waters. It was upon the waters. So His movement.
Yes.
So He created.
God created in the beginning.
And what was He creating?
He created the heavens and the earth. And unfortunately for you and me, we can't create the heavens and the earth. So we should find our own heavens and earth.
We create.
Yes.
How do you create a
heaven? I think I've got a question anyway. I wanted to ask first, because what is it that was put in a person? Right, a fish can swim. A bird can fly. So flight is in a bird, swim is in a fish, and they don't struggle. What's in a person?
I think a person can walk.
Chimpanzees can walk.
A chimpanzee, a zebra.
As well. Zebra can walk.
A lion can walk.
They all can walk. All animals can walk. Most of them, they can walk. So there's something that was put in a person that they don't struggle doing.
What is it?
Right. It's what we are doing right now.
Creation.
But
now most people say I'm not a creative. I've had so many people telling me that I'm not a creative. No, I'm not into that because I'm not a creative. And then we have people moving around telling people that they are creatives, and yet they are not creating. When God created, Adam, let's go to the first man.
Yes.
He had already created everything for Adam, Mr. Mwata. And I know we're getting too biblical here. Yeah. We want to know what business we can get out of this. But when God created Adam, He had created everything for him. He had created the trees, the animals.
Let's call them resources. Yeah, everything.
Okay.
Gone. Trees, animals, so those are resources. So all the resources.
So what was his
were
job?
there
And what did
was-
God expect him to do?
God expected Adam to continue with the creation. So there's another creation now Adam had to come up with.
What
Yeah.
sort of creation was that?
Make if you got lemonade, if you got lemons, make lemonade. So you have to start creating, like God. So let's go back to creation because we haven't defined, creation. I said what was put. So creation was put in you.
Yes.
You are a creator naturally.
Everyone. Do you mean
Everyone is a creator. I'll tell you something.
Yes.
The funny thing about creation, whether you like it or not, whether you are doing negative or positive, you are creating.
Okay.
Whether you are doing nothing or doing something, it's either you are creating poverty or you are creating success. So that's the danger about creation. It's like a fish when it's swimming. It's just you can't ask it. If you tell it you're swimming, it doesn't know. So with you as well. That's why we don't know.
So there's somebody who creates negatively, and there are people who create positively.
I'll tell you, negative is
Creation.
stronger than positive. Darkness is greater than
Light.
yes, because if
When light is not there, should we say?
not really. If you look at Genesis,
No. I'm trying to say it is greater. When we say darkness, for me, I would say always light is greater than dark.
No, that's wrong. We always start with the negative.
Okay.
The flow of everything is from negative to
positive. Uh-huh.
And, electricity. So we start with Genesis where we have darkness.
Oh. I didn't see that coming.
It wouldn't be possible for God to create light without him being in darkness. There's no need for light. So darkness made light necessary.
What?
Problems make solutions necessary.
Gosh. Did you get that? All right, so this is the podcast where we try. When he said darkness is greater than light, I'm like, me as a Christian, I'm trying to think, where is he taking us to? Now he's telling us darkness is great, and we have had so many people telling us about the dark world.
That's our problem, my pastor. We are trying to extinguish darkness. We are they call it. By what? To remove darkness. Yet that's where you begin. You're beginning from.
Where there's darkness,
light should. Now light is necessary. We can't call for light when there's light. Imagine there's lights here, and then we say let there be light.
It's already there.
It's already there.
So
but you
be
can only call for light when you are
in darkness. Please.
This is our problem, especially Christians. Yeah, because we've been told that darkness is certain. Yeah, so it's negative to us, and we are trying to run away from that. Yet, God Himself, He started in darkness. Then He only had to call light
and say, "Let there be."
Let there be light. Where was He? In the darkness. So everything begins from a negative point of view.
This is a business now.
Because if you look at Genesis, there's three things. I always say to people, God failed 3 times before He could make light.
How? Tell me.
It says soon after creation, the results, which is the earth,
yes,
it was formless. It was empty, void, which is empty. So I always call it formless, emptiness, and darkness was all over the surface of the deep. So those are 3 problems
that were there
for God to begin the beginning.
I don't know. So you need to be there. You need to have those. You need to
3 problems.
A human being.
Yes, a human being to start a business.
Remember,
okay,
I think my 3 problems is finance, and finance.
That's a good one, though.
But
I want you to help someone, because that's where we always come from. We always say finance.
I don't have money. Like you want to start a business with any, especially people of color. Yeah. When you go to where I come from in Africa, they'll say, I have a business idea, but all I don't have is start.
They don't only start. I was in Zimbabwe in 2022. They will say, I've got a lot of ideas, but I need capital. They call it capital in Zimbabwe. Then I'm thinking, is it capital you need, or is it
Creation.
problems? Yes, it's never capital. Remember, we are still in Genesis. So we need problems, 3 problems to start with.
Voidness, darkness,
and emptiness.
emptiness.
Yes, without that, don't begin your beginning. There's no beginning.
Wow.
Right? So that's how God started. Failure, guys. Failure is the beginning
Of
of all creation. You failed how many times? I saw you there, but how many times have you failed?
I fail now and again. I fail.
You know, another failure we want to put into this. We'll come anyway, you know, when
as we go.
You know, you practice a lot to get to where you are.
Yes.
So practice is part of the failing. We forget that. When you see football, 90 minutes, we forget that these people, they've been in the field for how many hours training?
Few for them.
That's failing.
Missing a penalty.
That's their formless, that's their emptiness, that's their darkness.
And you still desire to say, I want to put that goal in the top corner. I want to put it bottom corner. I want to put it the roof or the... Come on. I know you're watching us wherever you're watching. Please subscribe to this channel. Remember also, you need to follow Mr. Morgan Moati on his Facebook account. If you want to learn more, if you want all these teachings, you want to start a business, you need to have emptiness, you need to have voidness, you need to have darkness for you to start to see the light. Okay, there is Adam. Yes. Adam is now in light.
Adam is now in light. Remember, also on that, it's priority. We want to, we were talking about which comes first, the light or the darkness.
Yes.
So you start with problems in business. Darkness is problems. Find a problem. Now, here's the secret, guys. Here's the secret I always try to share with people. When you find a problem, right, find a name for it, which is a negative.
A negative name.
Yeah, a negative name. You struggle to have a solution without a negative.
Okay.
Right. This is a revelation from John 1.
Yes.
When he says, in the beginning was the
Word.
The Word was with
God.
God was that.
It was the Word. Yes.
So any word you begin with in the beginning becomes your...
It becomes your problem.
Let's start again. In the beginning was...
The Word.
The Word was with...
God.
God was...
The Word.
So any word you begin with in the beginning becomes your...
God.
Right?
Another one. I wish it was that where you played the okay.
Yeah.
So every word that you start with,
it has to be a negative. So this is the beginning. This is what revelation from John is. John was now, that in the beginning God created
the heavens and the earth.
No, sorry. In the beginning was
the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was
God. So that's revelation for Genesis 1. So you always start with a word. It has to be a negative. For God, it was darkness.
We're struggling to move out of Genesis 1, Mr. Mo. Do you think we'll get to Genesis 2? Do you think we'll even go to Genesis 3? Are we going to get there?
We are already there, because remember, we said failure. So in Genesis 3, it's the fall of man. We're going to get there, but let's see the fall of God first, because God failed first. So God is just teaching you what creation is. So part of creation is failing. So that's what God is trying to show us. So we'll get to the fall of men. For now, let's talk about the fall of God.
Yes.
Which is very, I think...
yes, because as Christians, most Christians are there looking at you like...
how can God fail?
Yes, he has never failed.
He's the master of failure. That's why he's perfect.
Okoyo.
Yeah. All perfection comes from failure.
So you need to come up with the light.
You have to come up with...
you say, I want to be out of darkness.
You want to be out of darkness. Otherwise, without that.
And then we still want to go into the first business, into the first plan of God for business. What was it? So
the first plan for business was, like I said, it was about continuity. It's all about continuity. God doesn't want things to go to finish. To finish. He doesn't want things to, like you say, rhinoceros, they're going to extinct. God doesn't like extinction.
Okay.
God wants continuation. That's the reason why he created darkness and light. So the two, when they become one, they create another darkness and light. So it's reproduction. So like in the in the Genesis, like you were saying, Adam and Eve. The reason why we have Adam and the reason why we have Eve, so that they can reproduce after their own kind. So you have baby boys, baby girls. In turn, the baby boys and baby girls, when they grow, they marry, they also have baby boys. So it's continuity.
And then we start.
In business, we call it sustainability. The word is big and is overused. So sustainability is just the ability. It's two words, sustain, ability. So the ability to sustain is the ability to uphold or the ability to continue. So that's what God wants. So when you hear the people say, oh, sustainability, so we say continuity. McDonald's is continuing no matter what. It's going to go for. If you've ever seen a company started in 1896.
And you wonder. Coca-Cola. Yeah. One of the biggest. They started way back then. And I remember they said they sold maybe, I don't know, 3-4 bottles.
We forget that. They
failed as well. Coca-Cola failed.
It failed lots of
Couldn't go anywhere.
So let's go back.
But now I'm here, the comic pastor. I do one social media skit and it has got 3 viewers there. I'm thinking,
that's where most people are failing. And that's where I think most of our procrastination comes from. Yeah. If we fail, we remain on the floor.
It is the master podcast. We are learning from the master himself. I call him the teacher. You can call him the rabbi. He's here and to help you. You're someone who wants to start business. We haven't even spoken about.
We haven't started. Actually, let's go back to.
So we are in darkness. In short, you say we are in darkness.
Yeah. So this is the darkness of our
podcast.
Yeah, this is the darkness level.
And everyone is looking at us like, where are they going? It's hovering. The podcast is hovering upon the waters.
So we are okay for now.
Till we speak a word, and the word is our what? Our
God. The word is our God. Every word you begin with in the beginning becomes your God.
All right.
So be careful
of what you say.
What word?
Yeah, I've heard people say, "Be careful of what you say." And, I take it for granted.
No,
I say,
be careful. Be careful because it's all about words. God is word, so it's the word. So we forget that it's about the word, right? I wanted to take you somewhere, comic pastors, because we don't want to talk too much about maybe Coca-Cola and all this.
Yeah, they're too big to believe.
Yeah, because what God did is to make it easy. God just created Adam and Eve, people. So let's talk about you. You are the Adam, right?
Right.
So I want you to talk about your second name. What's your second name?
I know it. So.
What's your second name? No, your second name. Sorry.
It's Ngomashi.
Yeah.
Ngomashi.
Who started with Ngomashi?
My grandfather, great-grandfather.
Do you know?
So it's Adam.
No, do you know who started with Ngomashi?
I don't.
You don't even know?
I don't. Because we inherited it. We inherited it from our father, then my father from his father. Just
so I want you to look into this. Take Ngomashi as a company name.
Yes.
And then think of that company is still going. Right now, we talked about a company formed in 1896.
Yes.
So I don't know with you don't even know when Ngomashi.
Yes, and where they even come from, because originally they say I've been trying to find my family tree. How how they call a family tree, and I know that we have a tribe in the DRC, but what my parents know is my grandfather, great grandfather, maybe moved to Zambia. Then from Zambia they moved to Zimbabwe. Now I'm in the United Kingdom.
So the whole idea here is what I'm trying to show people is. There's somewhere where that surname started.
Yes.
And what made that surname travel from DRC to Zimbabwe?
Yes.
To here now?
Yes.
We are still having the same surname.
Yes.
There was something happening.
Yes.
And guess what? There was always a male and a female.
Reproducing
after their own kind. That was God's idea. You were telling me what was God's idea of creation.
Okay.
It's continuity. So without a male and a female in the beginning,
yes,
there's no continuity. Your company Ngomashi would have died long back.
If one of my great-grandfather chose to say, I'll stay as a bachelor, I will not marry.
So it's not good for
a man to live alone. Oh, come on.
Here you are. Those struggling with business.
It's a biblical verse, right?
It is. It
is not true.
Okay,
God said it is not good for a man
to live alone. Alone, it means lonely. So loneliness is one of the biggest problems we are dealing with right now. Loneliness.
And is there a business in it?
Loneliness.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest.
Industry.
Yeah. Loneliness.
When you are lonely.
Because
when you're lonely,
loneliness moves to. Here now. Here's the secret. Those who want a quick business.
Yes.
So loneliness.
please. Okay, it's my business because I'm yes.
Yeah. So loneliness is you, right? As a person, loneliness will move to what we call isolation.
All right.
Right? Isolation, which is the community. So the community becomes you become isolated from the community, but you are lonely by yourself. Then there's what we call discrimination. Discrimination is not how we think of discrimination. Discrimination is just when you are not involved in decision making. That's
Okay.
what discrimination is. Sometimes it's not imposed. Sometimes it's you.
You're discriminating yourself, moving yourself from
self-isolation. You isolate yourself. Why? Because of your relationship with other people, because of your ignorance.
what you know and what you don't
know.
Yes.
You see, me and you now, I know something about you. We are associating, we are creating something. So it's called, some of these things are self-imposed because you don't know. So loneliness is the biggest, I think, so far problem from darkness. God dealt with darkness. Adam had to deal with loneliness.
All right.
So that's when I think now you can tell. So that's why the need of Eve
came to play. God said, this gentleman is not doing great. He's alone there.
Yeah.
But now, okay, I don't want to go. Yeah. I don't want to go into Eve's life because we still introduce.
Let's stay with Adam. So why is it not good for Adam to live alone? Because in Adam is everybody. Because God has entrusted Adam with everybody.
That's where I need the. Okay, so in Adam
is everybody.
These days that's where the comic pastor is.
You find in you, the girls and boys are already in you.
That's where Bob Marley is. That's where Michael Jackson is. That's where
in men.
What's his name? This guy, the Tesla guy. What's his name?
Tesla.
Yeah. What's his
name? What's Tesla's guy name?
What's the guy who does this? Elon Musk. Is in Adam.
Is in Adam. So
that's where Steve Jobs was.
Everyone is. So guess what? The man is pregnant first before the woman.
Oh,
we are pregnant right now. So
men are forever pregnant. Yeah, it's not 9 months.
We carry nations around with us.
Yeah, child.
So we are already pregnant, whether we like it or not.
A man is always pregnant.
A man is always pregnant. A man has been entrusted with the seed, which is the male and female was in men already.
Okay.
Or is already in men. And it's not good for men to keep those
seeds
in him. It's not good to keep this.
That's how God saw it.
That's how God saw it. That's how God set it up. So he entrusted you with the seed. So in business, the seed. So let's mix, because we want to see family and business.
Yes.
In business, it becomes the funding.
Okay.
Yes. Funding is called public funding. It means who's the public?
It's everyone.
So you're carrying public. Public is for everyone. So public money is for everyone. It's not for those entrusted with it. So your seeds, it's not for you. It's for everyone. It's public. So public money or public funding, it's for everyone. But no one will tell you this because they'll say you are sold to loans, you are sold to
mortgages
and so forth. But then
credit.
Imagine there's free money, there's free resources in us. We got the funding, it's already there. It's not for the funders. The funders, like say the government money, it's our money. So why go to get a loan to start a business when you got funding available, public funding? Right? So maybe the question is, like we were saying in Zimbabwe, they struggle. They want money and they got ideas.
Yes.
So if you've got an idea now, for you to create money,
yes,
you have now to write that idea somewhere.
Now writing, that's where some of us...
Yeah, we struggle.
Okay.
So the Bible is saying, write down the vision, plain on paper, so that the reader may run with it. So the first thing you want in business, if you're starting a charity, remember we said a charity has got nothing to do with giving for free. It's just your Adam. It's just your male model.
We spoke about that, but it was off air. Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
So the first thing you need to do is to write down that vision, plain on paper. Plain meaning it's easy to read. It's big enough.
It doesn't have to be in scarce.
It's
It
like
doesn't.
on a billboard. You are in the business of advertising.
Put it on a
so
billboard.
put it like a billboard so that even the runner can read running, or they can read and have the message. So they have to know the message. What is the problem they solve? Where are they found? Who do they do it for?
How do I contact them? It's like when you're creating a website. Make it easy.
That's the vision. Don't think of a vision of all these things we are taught of.
Yeah. And I thought a vision is something that you see while you're sleeping in your house.
No.
That's another vision.
So just do like we're saying. Begin in the beginning. Find a negative word, loneliness. With that loneliness, create a story. From that, like you said, God started with 3: formless, void, and darkness.
Yes.
Once you got those becomes your 3 paragraphs. In those 3 paragraphs, create a story. That story, the first person you want to read, that person, that vision, is the funder.
Okay.
Because they're entrusted with the seed.
Okay.
They are already pregnant with money. They got money already, like Adam.
Yes.
Yeah. When they read that easily, running with something is now they can fund you because they understand your problem. They can give you the money. When they give you the money,
so when you have discovered the problem, we want to solve the problem.
Yes.
And I want to solve it, but I don't have the money. That's
where we were saying Zimbabweans. I've got a lot of ideas, but I've got no capital. Saying, yeah, okay. So you're looking for capital.
Ideas are not problems.
Don't start with capital. Don't start with money. Start with problems.
Tell us
the problem you identified in the community.
People are struggling to have clean water.
Yeah.
Okay. So how we need to drill a borehole?
Write it down. Write it down, plain on paper. It's like you got a house you want to build.
Yes.
There's something about houses. I don't know about you. Yes. I think everyone knows.
Yes.
There's no way you're going to draw the house yourself. There's no way you're going to
maybe unless if you're an architect or something.
No, this is the rule.
Yes.
The rule is there's got to be 3 things. There's got to be you, the dreamer.
Yes.
The architect.
Yes.
The builder.
Yes.
You dream your house. You're not allowed to draw it. Try it. Try to draw your house and then build it.
4 rooms.
Yeah, they'll come and take you away.
And
so you dream.
Yes, your concept is to dream.
Right, now, Komi Baza, this is very important actually.
Yes.
So the first thing with you, a dreamer.
Yes.
Dream.
Yes.
Take the dream to someone who can write it down.
Yeah, because that's why I wanted to ask you. You're telling us about writing, but not all of us are gifted in writing.
There you are. So there are people
that's where you look for
those who can write.
He's one of the guys who can write for you. I know he's trying to run away. He's trying to run away, but this guy here can write things for you. And every time I'm struggling with writing, I call him and say, okay, so what can I write? What should I write? I want to start this idea. I have this idea. I want to start this project. What should I do? He is the man. Follow him on Facebook. Follow him also on his YouTube channel. It's Mr. Moati Morgan. The teacher is... Go follow him, look for him, say Morgan Moat, Mr. Moat, you'll find him. Let's go.
Yeah. So words are powerful. So you write words down like you do. I've seen your scripts.
Put it down.
The other time you were performing in Birmingham.
Yes.
Then guess what? With you, so that I want to work with people.
Yes.
You make people laugh.
Yes.
With words.
But you have to have a punchline for the joke. You need to think, okay.
Why are they laughing?
It's because I've written a punchline. Is it not so? I've created a joke, man.
So is laughter from you, or is laughter from? Is it within? When people laugh, are you giving them laughter?
No.
What are you giving them?
So I give you words, and then laughter is in you.
So that's how powerful words are. We can write and make someone cry. We can write and make someone laugh. We can write and make someone smell something from a distance. So that's the power in writing. So let's go. You give someone who can write, they will draw your house. Usually, yeah, with business plans. Also, we're going to help people. Don't have written down, like words. No. You can't build a house from words.
Yes.
All houses are built from a drawing.
Yes.
It's a drawing,
Yes.
actually, yeah. A plan, it's a drawing.
Yes.
It's an image.
Okay.
Because we think
Of how it's going to be out.
that's it. We think
Nowadays, even with 3D, they can even show you the windows
even people moving around
in the house
they can
before.
show you everything. Yeah, they can.
This is where technology is taking us. Way back, it used to be just on black and
So,
white.
Here it is written. What the architect does is
Yes.
they return the plan to you,
The owner, the
owner,
dreamer.
the dreamer.
Yes.
Then you will go back and choose whoever you want to
Build it with.
put it with.
Okay.
So one of the things we are making a mistake is we think that when we run companies, it's us who are going to run the company. Yet it says write down that vision so that the readers, not you, readers can run with it.
I think, Mr. Moati, for the meantime, for today, this first episode, yes. We want to get into creation. Want to get into knowing Adam. Want to get into knowing how Adam and Eve can become a business. I think we can do that in the next episode. But for today, look for Mr. Moati on Facebook. Look for Mr. Moati on YouTube, and contact him if you want to write a business idea. If you have a business proposal that you have, he is the man to talk to. This is our first episode of the Master Podcast, and my name is Prosper, the comic pastor, and I've been with the man himself, the teacher, Mr. Moat. We say follow us, subscribe to the channel, and always remember, share it with your friends. If you're enjoying it, put a like on it. Till we meet again. Ciao.
Thank you.